coming up.
It's family time, fun time, learning, hard work, long days, but something that you will never forget.
Being able to be a part of this for my entire life has really helped me set a vision and a path for myself in knowing what I want to do in the future.
We celebrate the next generation of Shorthorn cattle breeders and the programs that shape their future, next on The American Rancher. Hello, I'm Pam Minnick, and welcome to The American Rancher. Today, we highlight the youth who represent the Shorthorn breed's future and all that lies before them to grow into strong leaders both inside and outside the show ring. Each summer, the National Junior Shorthorn Show and Youth Conference brings together families from across the country for educational activities, competition, and lifelong friendships, all rooted in the family-friendly spirit of the Shorthorn breed. For many, the event is a launchpad, not only for success in the cattle industry, but in life.
Well, we're here in Grand Island, Nebraska this week with the National Shorthorn Junior Show and Youth Conference. It's an annual event. It's actually the biggest event we have within the Shorthorn breed every year, and this year's been a big success. We've got 509 exhibitors, 814 head of cattle. We'll walk them through the ring this week, and just been a really great event.
It's the best week of the year, almost better than Christmas if you ask my children. It's family time, fun time, learning, hard work, long days, but something that you will never forget. My kids would tell you it's the only show that they would never want to miss.
There's enough people in this place to fill both of these rings. Every body, every kind, every person mingling together. It was really incredible to watch.
All of us exhibitors are here for a reason, and we're here to show Shorthorns as well as see the families and friends that we've made connections with throughout the years. And this is the one place a year. We call it our little vacation.
We come here, we get to relax, we get to meet all these new people and exhibit our animals. And then me and my siblings, we also like to try all the contests and see what they're like.
The whole point of this event is to help out juniors, so it's educational. We teach them all about the animals, the showmanship, the fitting part of it. This is a great place to grow as a person and just learn new things.
There's a lot of special skills that juniors can develop in this program. Number one is just hard work. Getting up early, week of the show, having to get up and have that responsibility to feed animals and take care of livestock every day. And then obviously, not just the animal husbandry, but prepare and show animals and the daily care that goes into them.
We've had exhibitors that have competed in interview contests, speech contests, livestock judging, and then also team contests as well, which really builds up that family-friendly atmosphere that we like to create here within the Shorthorn breed.
And I just think that's really, really helpful when we look at how kids are going to make the transition from the show ring into a career. I think that that's really important to set us up for success with those skills.
The Junior Nationals offer lots of contests, and that allowed me to build a sense of community, helped me learn a lot about teamwork as well, because a lot of those competitions are team sports. And even as a kid, you don't realize the value in that until you get to where I'm now.
It gives a chance for kids to compete in a healthy environment where they get to spend a year getting their livestock ready, getting their projects ready. Everyone's pushing each other to perform as well as they can. Everyone wants to be everybody's friend. You can't pick a bad apple.
Kids have competed in several different contests this week, including beef cook-off, speech contest, team salesmanship, quiz bowl, a written test. We have arts and crafts projects. States can submit state baskets, which includes special things from their state that only their state will have, to handmade crafts, handmade items that raises money for the state association as well as the AJSA.
We design all of our programming for the whole family to have a good experience, whether it's these competitive activities or the show. Last night, we had a tailgate party in the show ring, and wow, was it amazing. People were in here, there was music playing, there was great food, kids were playing games, and then there was this wild and raucous cornhole tournament that got really competitive.
We thought we were going to a cow show. We didn't even know these other activities and events were a thing. The experiences that they have with other people and getting themselves out of their shell sometimes and maybe do things or participate in an event that they wouldn't have normally stood in front of 3 judges and done a speech or a skit or done a project, you know.
I've got 2 girls. I got a 16-year-old and a 9-year-old. Those 2 girls can sit and talk to anybody because they have been out and about in the programs, because they've been involved in the teamwork exercises or contests. Those girls have a mannerism about them and the way they carry themselves and the way they can communicate with likewise adults or children is amazing. They're not scared of anything as far as a new endeavor, a new contest. They're always face forward and ready to go.
The other thing that they get to do is as these kids develop, some of them end up on our national junior board in a leadership position of hosting this event. And that makes them even better leaders.
When you come to our show, we really welcome you with open arms. Everyone in the barn wants to make sure someone is included, whether it's on a team, helping them figure out how everything works. We are recognized as the best junior show because of our family-friendly breed aspect.
I think having the opportunity to have these kids involved with livestock projects that obviously teach them all the things you would expect from a responsibility standpoint and a work ethic standpoint, but then having the opportunity to come to an event like this where I was told there's over 500 exhibitors and over 800 head of cattle, and the social skills they develop, the interaction they develop, you know, not only with their friends and kids their ages, but the adults and the breeders and the industry leaders. I just think it's hard to put into words just how much growth and how much education we can get.
Even if your family says, let's say one child likes to show, the other 3 don't like it, bring them on, because there really is something for everyone here.
What an incredible celebration of talent, teamwork, and dedication. After the break,
What we're really doing is we're investing in our youth, we're investing in the future of America. They're getting that experience that's going to elevate them to become our leaders of our country.
meet the people and programs that make the show and conference possible, and how you can support the cattle industry's next generation. Stay with us here on The American Rancher. Welcome back to The American Rancher. Behind every successful youth program is a strong support network, and the Shorthorn Youth Development Fund is a strong pillar for the National Junior Shorthorn Show and Youth Conference. Since its creation in 2020, the SYDF provides vital resources to keep the breed's largest event affordable, accessible, and impactful for families. And while the show ring is a big part of the experience, its true value lies in strengthening lifelong leadership skills, confidence, and passion for agriculture.
In the year 2000, we formed the Shorthorn Youth Development Fund. We have a 501c3 organization, and our focus is simply this show and youth development activities.
The Shorthorn Youth Development Fund is very special. It is the only breed foundation that raises money specifically for their junior national.
We got 814 head of cattle that are going to walk through the ring. We got 509 junior members. Well, they got mom and dad, they got brothers and sisters, they got grandparents on both sides. So when you're all done, this can encompass 2,500, 3,000 people, maybe 4,000 people pretty quick. What we're really doing is we're investing in our youth, we're investing in the future of America, because what a lot of people don't really realize, yeah, these may be agricultural kids. How many of them are going to go on and go back to the farm? Some of them will, yeah, they're going to feed America. But bigger than that, they're going to become the leaders of our community. The experience, the leadership roles, the amount of contests that they go through here between speeches, team sales, team showmanship, team fitting, and everything that they do, they're getting that experience that's going to elevate them to become our leaders of our country.
Obviously, yeah, they come to show their cattle, but they also get to compete in leadership events and other activities. They literally have contests from Sunday on that these kids can compete in and learn and gain knowledge. Sometimes everything doesn't go your way, so you learn how to deal with adversity, they learn how to win, they learn how to lose. The other thing that they get to do is as these kids develop, some of them end up on our national junior board in a leadership position of hosting this event, and that makes them even better leaders.
They're going to meet people that carry them throughout their whole life. They're going to meet friends that 20 and 30 and 40 years come back and pay dividends, you know, in their career or in their family. It just goes so far with developing them, having them not be introverted, be willing to talk to people. This is stuff that the kids aren't getting in school today, and can really help them go on, and they can take the skills that they learn through this program and take it out and be better for society.
I think the really important part about this event, it pulls our young people into our breed so we can retain them and we can see them grow our breed and sustain our breed as we move forward, just strengthen our numbers and the impact that we have in our market space.
The Shorthorn Youth Development Fund pays for this, and there's so much behind the scenes and so many people that are great people that are working hard and making all this happen, and it costs a lot of money. You know, this is a very rare opportunity that we have to bring our kids to. So I think anybody that has a chance, even if it's a small donation, or if they don't have the ability to give the donation, to do something to help raise funds for the Shorthorn Youth Development Fund. Every little bit adds up, and you know they're saying it's $350,000 to produce this now. It's probably going to be $400,000 or $500,000 in a few years.
With that money that is raised by SYDF, they're just able to open their horizons to the different opportunities with that fund.
I feel we're here today because of that fund. I grew up in the Shorthorn, going to junior nationals in the late 80s, early 90s, and it was because of sponsors. And now the Shorthorn Youth Development Fund helps this generation of my kids experience all this, which will be next year's leaders, which will be those that in a decade will still be involved and keep this operation and organization going.
Without the SYDF, we couldn't have this function. I've just been very fortunate to be able to be a part of the association.
Being able to kind of take a step back and just look at what all that they provide for the youth is really special. This has truly been one of the best experiences of my entire life. I not only have some of the best friends that I have ever made, but being able to be a part of this for my entire life has really helped me set a vision and a path for myself in knowing what I want to do in the future as well.
It's very easy to donate and become one of our contributors, one of our supporters. We have all kinds of different levels. We have the Red, White, and Roan Club that the annual contribution starts as low as $50 and goes up to whatever level you feel comfortable.
Whether you give $20 or whether you give $200, a small level or a high level, it's just a good thing for everybody in the breed to support.
Everybody understands that nothing is getting cheaper, and these types of events take money, they take support, they take funding, and there are so many different challenges or different places that associations and the breeders can put their dollars. But I think keeping youth and youth development at the forefront, I can't think of a better forum than these junior livestock activities. And so to have breeders, to have companies, to have industries support these type of events, I think is just critical for all of us in the industry to get behind and support and continue to get behind the next generation.
Giving to the Shorthorn Youth Development Fund is more than a donation. It's an investment in more than 6,000 junior members nationwide. The QR code on your screen links you to the SYDF support website. And you'll see the code again at the end of the show. Up next,
I'm really nervous sometimes when I do public speaking, and being able to overcome the fear of just talking to other people and not that I know, and just being able to know and how to sell my animal.
we meet families raising the next generation of Shorthorns. Keep it here on The American Rancher. Welcome back to The American Rancher. Our final stop takes us to Iowa, where family tradition and future dreams meet. First, we visit Studer Shorthorns, a legacy that spans 5 generations and continues to invest in youth and the Shorthorn breed.
I think the biggest thing about showing livestock and really anything is, that competitive nature. I think whether you're playing sports or doing livestock or whatever it may be, I think it's important that you have the want and the will and you get out and do your job. And I think that goes a long ways, helping kids grow up and gives a lot of family time together when you're doing those things. I think the neat thing about our operation is the family involvement, and you see a lot of them, around here today. And not only the kids, but my siblings, my dad's siblings, everybody that's gone through that, and it's really neat.
It's been a blessing being able to grow up on an operation like this and being able to work with all the cattle. I make a lot of relationship and friends. I always get to know them and see them at a lot of shows and just know that they're my friends and I've met them through this industry.
I think this breed, it's so family focused and family oriented, and especially around the junior program. I just continue to see that going well and continuing to grow this breed and grow our youth.
I can't believe I raised 5 kids and they all like the show end of it. And they've been pretty successful with them. And the grandkids, I think, like it more than my own children did. I think it helps them for their getting through high school, and I think going into college is huge. They just meet more people is the biggest thing.
It's not always about showing, it's also about having fun and gathering with your family.
Me and my brother we listen to music when we blow out our heifers, and I just feel like it's a memory that we can keep in our mind. And sometimes my dad comes up and he helps us, and I just think it's really good to have that bond.
You know, you think just showing is everything in the cattle, but they've learned so much in these contests. I can't believe some of those contests they've entered in, and they've done well in them. I always think back to myself, I couldn't have passed one of them.
I'm really nervous sometimes when I do public speaking, and being able to overcome the fear of just talking to other people and not that I know, and just being able to know and how to sell my animal.
The leadership aspect of it is huge. It's not all about what you do in the show ring, right? Especially at a lot of these events and shows, the livestock evaluation and judging, all the contests that they do. And it's really neat to see them grow up and really be passionate about it. And they continue to have that drive. And when we do those things as a family, it brings us all together really well.
It's cool to think that I'm the 5th generation out of this whole thing. And I like to hear all the stories from my mom. I grew up doing this. It's yeah, it's cool to think that we're doing the same thing now, which my kids who maybe past will do the same. So the generation just keeps going on. I think it's super cool.
The American Shorthorn Association is one of the largest and fastest growing junior programs in the beef industry and provides all sorts of ways all year long for youth to learn, lead, and build a network that lasts a lifetime. Now let's meet the Moffett family, where 3 children have grown up in the program.
We're your typical diversified livestock operation in southern Iowa. The first Moffett came here shortly after the Civil War in about 1869.
Our children represent the 7th generation of Moffetts to raise cattle in this county, in this area, which is a pretty cool thing.
So we went to our first Junior Nationals in 2018. It was a great time. The kids enjoyed it. They got to meet a lot of people and got to do a lot of things that they wouldn't get to do here. So we've gone every year since.
In terms of our kids growing up, going to Junior Nationals and within showing Shorthorns every year, forced them to step outside of their box and have to meet other kids.
Beyond showing cattle, I also did things like the judging contests, speech contests, team sales.
Skills that I've learned from showing and going to junior nationals definitely would be self-reliance and taking responsibility in yourself and your animals.
Junior Nationals has really made me more of an extroverted person. The first couple of years I would always just sit in my stalls, and so throughout the years I've kind of learned that I need to get out of my comfort zone and go talk to other people. One of my favorite parts of the show is the mentor apprentice program. So that's a really good way to get to know other people. And now I'll have those connections because they're big names in the industry, and I'll have those connections for years to come.
For me as an advisor, that's really, really fun to see the interaction. It truly just kind of feels like a family, whether it's my kids or all of the Iowa kids, everybody included. The opportunities that they get at Junior Nationals are extremely important. It helps build confidence in all of those kids. And when they get just a little bit of success, it makes them hungry to do it again, to learn more, and come back the next year even stronger.
The teamwork aspect is a big part, but also leadership and having confidence in yourself and what you're doing. That really helps you be able to build a career and connect with other people.
So the skills I developed through different contests and events at Junior Nationals definitely
helped me as I began my college career. Now I plan to take those skills back to the farm and become the next generation of leaders.
I think a lot of those contests that are available at Junior Nationals help develop those kids. You may not see it right away, but over time it helps develop a lot of those skills that they'll use throughout their lifetime.
I think livestock kids have known that their livestock is dependent on them, and they're responsible to take care of them. So they understand that the job has to be done, and it doesn't matter if it's snowing out or if it's your birthday or if it's Christmas. They still need fed and they need taken care of. And so they're used to doing that day in and day out. I think that gives them a real advantage in the future.
That wraps up our look at the Shorthorn breed and its commitment to empowering the next generation of cattle producers. By supporting the Shorthorn Youth Development Fund, you open doors and create opportunities for thousands of young leaders across the country. Please join in investing in their future. Visit shorthorn.org, click About, then SYDF to learn more. And to learn more about us, visit our website, theamericanrancher.com, or connect with us on Facebook or YouTube. I'm Pam Minnick. For our entire American Rancher team, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.